Hi, Grandma Debbie here. So today we are going to be making onion mushroom burger bowls that we will be grilling out on the grill today and for dinner tonight. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our hamburger ready to go. It has to sit in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So we're going to get that going first. And then our next step will be sauteing the onions and mushrooms, which is always so good. That's one of my favorite things. So, all right, so let's get going on this. Okay, so we're going to start off with hamburger, of course, because it's a burger. And I think my camera's a little wonky there. Okay, so the recipe actually calls for a pound of hamburger, but we're going to use just 3/4 of a pound. It's just two of us, so we don't really need a whole pound of hamburger. All right, then we're going to add some pepper to taste, so add as much as you want. And we're going to add some salt as well to taste. And then we're going to mix this up. Now the nice thing about grilled onions and mushrooms is that you can actually use them on all kinds of things. You can put them on hamburgers. You can put them on steak. You can put it on hot dogs. You can pretty much put it on anything you want. All right, so I'm going to divide this in half. And these are going to be pretty big burgers. So we're only going to have one burger each. And you want to start forming like a little well with it. Let me change up my spot so you can see. So you want to start forming a little well with your hamburger. Now we don't eat these with buns because it's a lot of just what we're adding to it. So we just do the hamburger with the onions in it. But if you want to eat it with a bun, you most definitely can. It's completely 100% up to you. So you just kind of want to get them into a little bowl. Form it into a pretty sturdy little bowl. Okay. I keep fussing with it. I need to stop. Okay. So now on to burger number 2. We're going to do the exact same thing. Now, you could make them a little smaller and get more out of them, out of the pound of hamburger if you want. You can actually, take a pound and do 1/4 of the meat and make a smaller burger. It's up to you. This one is not wanting to cooperate. But I just divided the meat in half. This is probably all we're going to have for dinner. We're probably not going to add anything else with it because it's a lot. Okay, so we've got our bowls, and we're going to put these in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and I'll bring you back for the next step, which is going to be the onions and mushrooms, sauteing them, and then filling the burgers and then putting them on the grill. All right, so I'll bring you back soon. Okay, so we're on to phase 2, and Grandpa Neil has joined me. So we're going to cut up the onion first, and then we have mushrooms that we're going to cut down a little bit. So we're just going to cut the onions in strips, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Peel off the... Probably waste a little bit of onion, but... Let's see, let's go with that. Those all break apart.
Okay. And are we doing all the mushrooms or just some of them? Or
I think we're only going to do some of them because this is a small onion.
yeah. Okay.
And then we'll just do some of these. And we'll just rough chop them so they're not so big in the burger bowls. You just tell me what you think is about an equal.
That might be a good.
Think so?
Yeah, I was just relying on you, your judgment.
One more little small handful.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So now we're going to move over to the other side of the kitchen to the stove so we can start sauteing them. Okay, so we've added, not we, Grandpa Neil has added some cooking spray and some olive oil to the pot or to the pan. And now we're going to get out or bring over the onions and start sauteing them along with the mushrooms. Which order do you do them in?
I do them with the onions first.
Okay. And like I said, you know, sauteing mushrooms and onion, you can use you can do these on hamburgers, steak. You can put into some gravy, make a nice gravy. You can put it on a hot dog. I mean, there's so many things. They're so versatile, and they're really good. One of the things I really enjoy. Now, I don't recommend in a non-stick skillet that you use a knife. So don't follow what he just did.
I do have the nylon. It was like a oops situation.
So how long do you cook it before you start adding in
Just
the
till
other stuff?
they're, you know, tender a little bit.
Okay. Do you ever add anything else, like maybe garlic?
Oh yeah, always. Usually add some garlic salt.
Oh, okay.
I put in some salt and pepper. But yeah, garlic salt would be the.
Okay, and at what point do you add the garlic salt?
I would have added it by now, but I wasn't going to do that.
Oh, no, do it the way you normally do it, please, by all means.
Well, then we're going to add some garlic salt. Just a little. Nothing major. Okay, there. They are getting ready for mushrooms.
No, you make really good sauteed onions and mushrooms. I want you to do it your way. Okay.
This takes a little bit of time. And sometimes I add a little more olive oil because you saw the oil in the onions. Now it's gone. All those mushrooms sucked it up, but we'll see what we got going here.
Yeah. Because don't mushrooms emit like
water?
Water.
Yes. As soon as they get a little warmer here, they'll start.
Once again, I'm going to encourage you, if you have family members that you can cook with, do it, because you feed off of each other and it just makes it a more pleasurable time. I mean, of course, if you're yelling and screaming at each other, then it's not so pleasurable. But, you know, if you're respectful of each other.
We'll just let that sit for cook for a minute.
Okay. So after we finish this up, we will fill the bowls and then we'll put them on the barbecuer.
Do we let this cool down?
We can, yeah, because it's going into refrigerated meatball bowls, hamburger bowls.
Right.
So yeah, you can let it cool.
So you can see the mushrooms are starting to release some of their liquid and shrink down a little bit. Everything. And normally I would put in a squeeze of lemon juice, because that always adds to it a little bit, but we'll keep this neutral for right now.
Why don't you want to add the lemon juice?
Well, I mean, you want me to?
Yeah, I want you to do it the way you would normally do it.
Oh, wow. Let me do what I want to do.
Remember, a recipe is just a guide. Make it your own. While the recipe doesn't say to do any of these things, we're still going to do them. He's better at doing that than I am. I would have already tossed it all over the kitchen.
No, you don't want to see the ceiling. She has decorated it quite nicely.
Whatever. Don't believe him on that.
And so you have pretty much finished product there.
All right.
Kind of, you know.
So do we just turn it off and let it sit now? What do we do?
Yeah,
Okay.
Normally we would serve this right away with our steak or whatever we're eating because it's nice and warm. But we are putting this into a cold hamburger, so we want to let it. I just turn the heat off. Let's let this sit.
Okay. All right.
And you're good to go.
So when we're ready to fill the burgers, after this is cooled for a little bit, I'll bring you back. Okay, we're on to the next phase where we're going to fill the burgers with the onions and mushroom mixture. And the kitchen smells wonderful, guys.
Who gets it? Look all right?
Yep. Okay, so the next step is to put them on the grill. So we'll bring you along for that. Okay, we're on.
All right.
All right, so we're going to just add these to the grill. And he's putting them in indirect heat to start with.
No, direct heat.
That's what I meant, sorry.
That's
Direct
all right.
heat. Said the wrong thing. And then as it cooks, we'll move them around to indirect heat.
Yeah, because you want all the burger to get cooked really nice, and
Yeah.
it does take some time. So.
And it's super hot outside. So, but that's okay.
It's not too bad.
We'll
You're in the
survive.
sun.
I know.
I'm in the shade.
I'm working on a tan.
You'll get one today.
Okay, so these are cooking up really nice. They're getting nice and brown and looking good. I think they're going to be delicious.
Shucks.
Oh. What do you need? Okay, there you go. That works. All right, so we moved it off to the indirect heat. Now we're just going to let them cook for a little bit longer. So do we normally cook it at 300 degrees or?
Yeah, about 300. Yep,
okay.
That's a good temperature.
Okay.
Let's take a peek and see how they're doing.
Yep. Ooh, they're looking good. They're looking real good. They're smelling wonderful. Okay, so we're just going to move them just a little bit.
Just a little raw.
Yeah.
This one is falling
apart. I see that. I wonder why.
All right.
Okay, so we're still just moving them around a little bit to get them cooked all evenly all over. But they're really looking good. Can hardly wait to have one. As you can tell, they're just cooking up nicely. Okay, so we're going to take them off the barbecuer now, off the grill. So we do like our hamburgers well done. Our meat in generally is well done. But you don't have to cook it as long as we did. Cook it to your preference. Okay, so we'll see you in the house. Okay, so we just want to thank you for coming along with us on this journey. We hope that everything is going great. My husband was a very big trooper. It's 97 degrees out in the backyard and it's 5:30 at night and he was out there grilling in the hot heat. So I just want to thank him for that. But, you know, I hope everything's going great for you. Hit the subscribe button and we will talk to you soon. Bye.